beauties, if you are new to my channel, my name is Evelyn. I'm one of the beauty influencer. I do makeup videos, product reviews and all that other jazz. This is my pet lines. So in this video I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the rest of my face base, how I do my contour, or what is my current contour, highlight, brightening routine. So if you want to see how I do my whole face base, go ahead and watch this full video, and hopefully you will find some new tips and tricks, or any tips and tricks which will help you to achieve the beautiful airbrush looking skin. And before we go into the tutorial, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, so every time I'm posting a video you will get a notification. Yeah, I'm gonna enough doing my babbling now and take you to this tutorial. Love you all, take care, bye. Hey beauties, so welcome back to my channel, part 2. So if you haven't seen the part 1 where I applied my foundation, go check out the Sheglam foundation review video. I will link it somewhere here so you can go and check it out. But in this video I'm going to show you guys how I do my rest of my face, how I do my highlight, how I do my contour and every other jazz. So first thing first, I'm gonna start. I already applied my foundation, as I said, so I'm not gonna talk about it. If you want to see the full video, go check out the part 1 of this video. Starting with my under eye area, and I'm gonna use my Nars soft matte concealer, and this one is in shade ginger, which is medium 2, and I'm gonna apply this concealer with my Morphe E8 brush, which I absolutely love. I love this brush. I love this brush so much that this is becoming like my staple brush for, especially to do my under eye area and concealer and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and start applying this on my under eye area. Now this shade is very close to my own skin tone, so it works really well to cover dark circles and any sort of discoloration. And because it's a pot concealer, it gives me a really nice coverage, and it doesn't tend to move a lot and or crease, which is amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover my under eye area, the inner corner, and a little bit outer part of my eye as well. Usually I really don't need to apply this product a lot, like the quantity wise. I only just dab my brush once in the pot, and that's more than enough to cover my under eye area, because right now I'm only just covering my discoloration. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a different one for my brightening, so this works out really well. There we have it. You guys can see yourself. Look how bomb this product is. It has covered my discoloration completely. If you want to see the difference, you can see my lids and you can see the bottom part of my eye. I don't apply this product on my lid because I just go straight with the eye base, but this is a really good concealer. I don't think so I will ever go back and try any other product to cover my dark circle or discoloration than the Nars one, because it's one of the best I ever used. So if you haven't used it already, go check it out now. I assure you, you're not going to be disappointed. For my contour, I'm actually going to use Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick today, and this one isn't actually for combination skin, but I tried it, it worked fine for me, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. And this one is in number 355, Coconut Noux De Coco. If I haven't pronounced this right, sue me. But this one is in number 355 and is from Maybelline, and as I said, it's their foundation stick. I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face. I usually do. Okay. Okay. I wanted to do the lines, but I guess I'm doing it. And I'm going to use a very thin brush to actually do my nose contour, if I can find it. This one is from Morphe face brush set. This one is just Morphe 2 brush. I really like this brush because it's super duper thin and it works really well to do your nose contour, because you cannot go wrong with it. It's just the way the shape and everything is. It's beautiful. And if you can hear some noises, please excuse me. I have a really nice day today and I have my window open. Instead of putting AC on, I like to feel some fresh air. And it always happens to me whenever I want to film. There's always some random sounds starting to happen in my area, and when I'm not filming, it's like super silent in here. So please excuse me. And you all know I like to take my nose contour a little bit to my brows so it looks more natural. Okay, so to blend everything, or to blend my contour, I'm going to use my trusty brush, my only trusty brush, and this one is from Zoeva and it's their 103 Defined Buffer brush. I love this brush. It works really well to blend your contour. It's angled brush, so it gives you a really nice control where you're going to blend it so it doesn't go all over the place. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm gonna go ahead and do the blending. I don't like to move around the product a lot. I like to keep it exactly where I place it, so because that's the face shape I'm creating on my face, so I don't want to lose the shape. Beautiful. Look how nicely this foundation has blended. Oh my god, I absolutely, sometimes it's so good to find the products which works really well to do other things on your face as well, instead of just like, it's a foundation stick, so it doesn't mean you only can use it as a face base. You can definitely go ahead and use it to contour your face, or even just to give a little bit warmth to your face. I'm gonna blend out the lines. Really didn't want you to do the lines today, but never mind. So there we have it. Okay, to blend out my nose contour, I have one specific brush nowadays which I use, and that is from Sephora, and it's Sephora Magnetic brush collection it was. And this brush is really nice and fluffy. It works really well. Again, this brush is angled, as you can see. It's an angled brush, so it works really well to blend out your nose contour. And because I like to make my nose looking longer and slim, so I like to blend it inwards. Depending what kind of nose shape you want, you just want to blend it according to that. So this is my personal preference. This is how I like my nose, so I like to make it more narrow and a little bit longer. So it's a really nice concealer from drugstore. I quite like it. It's pretty full coverage, so a little goes a long way. Don't just put a lot of it, because you will be end up with the really thick coverage otherwise. So a very small amount goes a long way. Okay. So this is how usually I put this kind of concealers, which is liquid concealer, and I usually use liquid concealers to brighten my face. So it works really well when you use liquid concealers to brighten it. And the other thing I like to do is I always take a little bit of my moisturizer and just put it on my dish, And before I start blending the liquid concealer, I always add a little bit of the moisturizer on my brush, so it helps to blend the concealer really nicely, and it also gives you a really nice, like a really thin coverage, like a thin layer, so your under eye area will most likely won't crease or anything. So I like to add a little bit moisturizer to my brush. You can mix it with your concealer as well, but I just apply it on the brush and just go straight with the blending. And take the brush and start blending this concealer. And I usually keep this concealer right in the inner corner of my eye because I really don't need any coverage for the under eyes, because I already used the Nars one to cover my dark circles. This is just, I'm doing brightening, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use this to brighten my under eye area instead of covering my under eye area. So I like to do it this way. Keep my foundation brush next to me, and whatever is left, I just apply it all around. And I also take this concealer on the side of my nose. Same thing I'm going to do on the other side. Keep most of the product on the side of my nose, so by the time I reach the outer part of my eye, I don't have much product left on my brush, and I can just blend out the outer part of my eye. Again, with the foundation brush, I just diffuse any harshness. Again, with my foundation brush, I always diffuse the edges because I don't like to move the product around too much or do over blending, so I will lose my coverage. I just like to keep it as the placement wise as possible where I want it. Okay. Now for my nose concealer, I take this pencil brush, and this one is from Morphe, and it's number 560, and ever so lightly I just blend my nose concealer, keeping this contour brush right next to me, and then just diffusing out the edges. Now for my blush, I'm going to use a Sheglam liquid bloom brush, and this one is in shade Torrid. I absolutely love the Sheglam blushes. I think this is the best thing ever came out in like makeup product launches. Sheglam makeup is so beautiful that I cannot believe people are, if you're not using it already, you have no idea what you're missing. And I'm gonna blend this using my Morphe M437 brush. And because I like to make my face looking quite lifted, I put it on the higher points of my face instead of putting around here. That's gonna make my face look more plumpy and more round and more like full. And what I like to do is I like to make my face look super lifted and chiseled. So this is the placement I go for, and I absolutely love it. To set my face, or to set everything in place, I'm gonna use my Sheglam translucent powder. This one is in, this powder comes in two forms. There's a pressed powder and the loose powder, so you can use the pressed powder to set your under eye area and the loose powder to do rest of your face. So, or you can use it however you like it. I like to use the pressed powder to do my under eye area and the loose one to do everything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Toddy Beauty Blendiful. You all know this is my favorite product, especially when it comes to setting the face. So I'm going to take the pressed powder on my puff. Before I go and start blending everything, I'm just going to go back with my concealer brush and just want to go one more time on my under eye areas to make sure there are no creases before I go ahead and apply my setting powder. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just set my under eye area, so because then it's nicely creased free. Okay, and as you can see, set everything nicely in place. This is a very fine setting powder, so it works really well, especially if you are a very dry skin person. You're gonna really like this powder because it's not really heavy, it's very lightweight. Puff, and I'm gonna start setting the rest of my face. To set my contour, I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Film Star Bronze and Glow Face and Sculpt Highlight Palette. This one is in shade Fair Medium. And I'm going to go ahead and take the contour shade first. And I'm taking this on Morphe E48. And I'm going to go ahead and set my contour. And because this powder has a bit of a gray undertone, you don't want to use this as a bronzer, or you don't want to blend this as a bronzer. You want to keep the blending to exactly where you need where you applied your contour, because the more, if you go with a very bigger brush and go all over, it's going to make your face look really gray and ashy. So you only want to keep it where you need it. Out your nose contour, and I'm going to take the angle side, take some of the product and just set my nose contour as well. Just going to use the same highlighter from this Charlotte Tilbury palette. I'm going to go ahead and, before I do that, to apply a little bit more blush. I'm going to go ahead and apply this. You can wet your brush if you want to, but I feel like it gives you a really nice, really beautiful looking highlight without even wetting the brush. So I'm going to go ahead, just apply it like as it is. See, I'm telling you, this is one of the best highlighters in the market. If you haven't used it yet, use it. Seriously, you're not gonna be disappointed. There is a shade available for every skin tone in this product now, so it's not like you won't be able to find a right shade for yourself. So there we have it. So this is how I like to do my highlight at the moment, not too much. And then I just go with my finger to my nose, my signature nose highlight, which everybody's obsessed about. And I'm gonna do a little bit on the bridge of my nose, ever so lightly, and then I just go over with the brush just on the tip of my nose, press the product in. Okay, and this is basically how I do my face base. The next thing, the last thing probably I like to do is, before I start my eyes, I go with my facial mist. Again, I'm using my HaruHaru Wonder Bamboo Facial Mist. This is really hydrating facial mist. That's why I absolutely love it. And I'm just gonna I'm literally going to drench my face with this, and I'm going to let it air dry, completely air dry, so it sets everything in place. I'm not going to put any beauty blender or brushes or anything. I'm just going to let it air dry completely. So guys, this completes this video. This is how I do my face base, my highlight, my contour, my brightening. So this is how I usually do it. Okay guys, so this is the final look, my full face base. You enjoy, hopefully you guys have enjoyed my full face base routine in this video. If you want to see how I created this beautiful eye look, just go to part 3 and watch the whole tutorial of me creating this beautiful eye look. And thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Take care. Bye bye.